short of that 26,000 mark actually. So that, tryst with that level clearly continues. 25,990 thereabouts is where we're shutting shop for the day. SBI, of course, has been a leader today. Eicher Motors has been a big contributor. Maruti held out very well. Tata Motors PV, Trent, ONGC and Reliance have been some of the other movers. But a big drag, of course, has been IT. TCS slid about 2.6%. HCL Technologies, Infosys, TechM have all been ranked underperformers. Eternal, although it started off the day very well, or actually yesterday held out quite okay, today has been a lot more subdued of a session, 1% lower for that stock. ITC, Axis Bank, HDFC Bank, and the U-turn that Titan took after its earnings reaction in the first half, that also has played heavy on the index. Flat for BEL, flat for L&T, and flat for Bajaj Finance, along with Tata Steel as well. Some of the pharma names which have perked up look quite okay. Look at Aloris Labs, for instance. A good 5% of an uptick is what you saw on that stock. And then, of course, there was Oro Pharma after the weakness yesterday and the news flow around the Form 483 with about 7 to 9 observations for their Unit 7. That stock as well has kind of made up and recovered and now jumped back into the green as we speak right now. But Nagraj, wondering what is it that you're liking within pharma? Anything that looks like a good trade?
Yeah, Divis is looking positive. What we can observe, as I mentioned, Divis, though it has declined slightly from the higher levels, I think the overall chart pattern is looking positive. After the consolidation, it has broken above the 200-day EMA and shaved off some gains from 6,800 to around 6,350. And I think more upside could be there towards the 6,800 in the near term.
Interesting. Okay. Nifty Healthcare, of course, doing very, very well for itself on the back of the move that Apollo Hospitals has shown today. And let's pull up that stock as well. That one doing fairly well in trade. That's, of course, the Nifty Healthcare sector and Apollo Hospitals sitting well on top of that list. Let's also quickly look at how we're wrapping up for the day, because just a few minutes from close. In terms of the Nifty move, it's absolutely flat. Frankly, it's been a very sluggish day, a very range-bound day of trade. The movers have been dominated within the auto pack and within the IT pack. Within auto, you've seen an Eicher Motors, a Maruti do well for itself, a Tata Motors PV and CV, both of those stocks have done well for themselves on a day like this. A Bajaj Auto is up 1%, and this is only within the Nifty 50. Outside of Tata Motors CV, all the others are Nifty counters. SBI was the other one that really stood out in trade today. Apollo Health, Max Health, some of the healthcare counters came back to the fore, and you saw a 4% move on an Apollo Health. Max Health also up 3.5%. You've seen a good, decent move even on an ONGC, expected to come out with numbers tomorrow. Trent also doing fairly well for itself. The big losers, frankly, is the IT pack. TCS, Infi, HCL Tech, the top 3 losers on the Nifty 50 index today, along with the Coal India, also expected to come out with numbers tomorrow. Tech Mahindra is also on that list, 1% lower, and the Nifty IT basket looking in a difficult spot, 1.5% lower in trade, or 2% lower, in fact, in trade as we run down to close. When we are looking at broader markets as well, absolutely flat, largely in line with the Nifty 50 index today. No outperformance seen there. In terms of the breadth as well, it's not looking extremely pretty. It's largely looking 230 advances to 270 declines, at least on the Nifty 500 index. And when I'm looking at the advanced decline chart overall as well, it's not looking the best. We've seen a much better breadth pretty much for most of the week. Just 1,000 advances to 1,300 declines that we're seeing, at least at this point, 7:9, that advanced decline ratio. When we are looking at the IT basket, pretty much all constituents sitting in the red. So that's the real pain point of the market at this point. Mid cap, small cap also not looking very pretty. When you're looking at sectors, we spoke about them broadly, but I'll just quickly highlight some of the other ones. You've got 1% higher on the Nifty PSU Bank, with SBI doing very well for itself. Auto, I did speak about earlier. Realty has done okay as well. Pharma has done very well for itself, 1% higher. The likes of Aloris, Divis and Aurobindo all seeing a bit of a rebound. Divis coming out with numbers as well. But otherwise, it was a fairly flat market, 0.5% higher on the Nifty Metal Index. The Nifty Bank really doing nothing much despite the little bit of tailwind that we saw from the Nifty PSU Banking Index. Kunal, your key takeaways for the day?